Hello and welcome back to Hawks Tarot. I am Dr. Jennifer Hawks. Today we're going to do a reading for my Cancer babies and we're just going to see what needs to come out, and I will title the video appropriately depending on what we get. We are going to be using the Light Seers deck, and I've just been shuffling, get a few more shuffles so I can tune into my Cancer baby energy. By the way, thank you guys so much for all the new likes, all the new subscribers. We're growing this channel. It's happening. And I want to thank all of my Cancers. Your video got the most views. So you are getting an extra reading. All right, let's see. Cancer. Do a little split. All right. Okay, Spirit. What does Cancer need to see? What does Cancer need to see? We got the Hanged Man in the reverse. So right away, this popped out. You may have made up your mind about something, like you're not looking at it from all directions anymore. Goodness. You've already made up your mind on something. With the bottom of the deck being the Six of Swords. So Six of Swords is moving to calmer waters. So yeah, it looks like you made up your mind about something and decided to move on from it. Tell me more. Tell me more. We got the Ten of Pentacles. So whatever you made up your mind on to move away from is something that you think will bring a lot more stability and happiness. Cancer, I literally just started coughing as soon as wow, as soon as I got on here. So some throat chakra stuff for my Cancers. Whew, okay. Let's keep going. Normally when I'd cough this much at the beginning of a reading, if it was just me, I would have stopped the video. But I wasn't getting anything like this until I started your video. So I'm assuming it's the energy that's here that's causing this. Whatever you made up your mind on that you had to kind of move away from to get to calmer waters, I think that took a lot of strength on your part to be able to move away from that, to be able to just say enough is enough. I've made my decision. I'm not gonna berate the topic anymore. I'm just going for what's going to make me the happiest and the most stable. Maybe what's best for your family, and for you, hopefully, right? The reason why I'm saying this could have taken a lot of, may have been a hard decision to make and could have taken a lot of your strength is because strength is on the bottom of the deck with the Ten of Pentacles here. Show me more. What else does Cancer need to see? Show me more. What does Cancer need to see? What does Cancer need to see? The Knight of Pentacles. Now, when I first shuffled for you, the Knight of Pentacles was on the bottom of the deck when I finished shuffling. So the energy coming into this reading already was the Knight of Pentacles. So, I'm getting this feeling that maybe you kind of wanted something you were thinking about something a lot, and you kind of wanted something to happen or to be produced in your life, but it just wasn't happening the way that you wanted it to, or it wasn't happening as quickly as you wanted it to. So you decided to kind of move away from that thought process and just keep moving forward stably. You made up your mind about, I'm getting that, okay, some of you, thank you. Some of you decided to move away from something that was taking up too much of your time and energy, and it really just wasn't paying off. And you were like in your head about trying to do multiple things at once, trying to, wear many different hats, right? And trying to do multiple things at once. But then you finally had to look at it from a sense of, is this really bringing me happiness? And you finally, kind of got out of your head around it and made the decision to move on from something that wasn't really bringing you a lot of happiness and or monetary success at that point. So you just decided to stick with what you know is going to bring you stable growth and will still provide this 10 of Pentacles energy for you, and give you, that good stable growth, instead of something that maybe you had considered and really took a lot of time to think about, but it eventually had to move on from that. I think you had to decide it was more important to be patient and wait on the right timing, and to really focus on what's going to bring you happiness and to keep you happy, right? Not just running ourselves ragged until we're miserable and then we're still not where we want to be. You had to look at that personal emotional fulfillment and that level of patience and divine timing so that you could, really feel whole and feel fulfilled. Because sometimes when we're doing 100 different things and trying to satisfy everyone, right? Where's that time for you? Where's the fun? Where's the fun in that? Okay, tell me, what is Cancer deciding to move forward stably on? What is Cancer deciding to move forward stably on? Clarify Nine of Pentacles. Stably working towards your happiness. So 10 of Cups was on the bottom of the deck here for what you're trying to move forward towards stably is your 10 of Cups. But what came out is the Chariot in the reverse and the Death card. So I think you decided to move forward stably towards your happiness because there was something that you had to put an end to that wasn't a victory for you. You had to finally make the decision to call it quits on something that wasn't going to be victorious. It wasn't going to be two sides brought together for a happy outcome. It was, you were berating yourself, right? You were thinking about something over and over and over again, and, kind of ad nauseum, right? You had been so in your head about trying to make multiple things work. And, maybe you thought that would bring you a little bit more money, but then you realized it wasn't going to bring you more happiness. And so you decided to pull back and just focus on the stable growth that's going to bring you towards the 10 of Cups, happiness. But what you're trying to move towards is the happiness, but you had to put an end to something that you realized was not going to be a victory. I don't know what this is. I think you might have been juggling multiple jobs, or even had put a lot of thought into potentially even a new business. And then you realized you were going to have to kind of pull back from that and wait for the right time to go for that, because it was not, you were just exhausting yourself. Cancer, I did a shorts, like a YouTube shorts video yesterday for you. And the card, oh wow, the card that came out for you was actually slowing down and playfulness. So this kind of is going in with this reading a little bit of slowing down, making the decision to focus on your happiness, allowing yourself to move on from something and to end something that wasn't victorious instead of continuously, berating it. Okay. Anything else for my cancers? Yes. Okay, so we got Strength in the reverse, Four of Cups in the reverse, and the Two of Wands upright. With, let's see, with these three, the Two of Wands it's about balance, it's about planning, it's about coming up with an idea to move forward. It can often be about travel, making a decision to move forward on something instead of sitting in the stagnation. Oh, I just got it. Here's what this is. So in order to move forward and balance yourself and to make a plan and decision to move forward in your life, you had to actually come out of the stagnation, right? Because whatever this was in the past that was burdening you, that was overburdening you, not just a regular burden, right? It was overburdening you. You were, and I feel like this is money related, business related. You were, right? You were probably you were a little stagnant. You were trying to make something work, right? And you were a little maybe bullheaded about it, a little stubborn with not wanting to give up on it. And no one says you have to give up, but the aspect of divine timing keeps playing a role here. You may have slightly built something up, but then it just wasn't going anywhere because the timing wasn't right yet. So you were really gung-ho on making something work, right? And you didn't want to give up on it, but you weren't necessarily seeing the blessing that was right there in front of you. Maybe that time frame that you had to work on this other venture before it started burning you out was actually supposed to be a time frame to allow yourself to rest. But, you were motivated and driven and you didn't want to take that time to rest. So then the universe was like, well, we're not going to let that come to fruition yet for you, because now we're going to make you take the time to rest and to slow down and to focus on your happiness before we let this other thing actually become successful for you. So you need to slow down and work on stable growth and personal emotional fulfillment, or else all that other work you just did, we're not going to let it come in yet for you. We're not going to let the success come in yet for you. So you had to actually step away from that, right? So you had to not only get out of your head and make a decision to move forward and to kind of stop allowing yourself to focus so much on this other thing and this additional burden that you'd placed upon yourself. The universe was now, after you decided to kind of step away from that for a minute and slow down, now the universe is like, okay, now we're going to make you, now that you've decided to move forward and make a plan to move forward, now we're going to actually make you kind of take the time for yourself. They're not going to let that other business venture become a success for you quite yet. It's not the right time. In fact, I think if that would have been successful at the time frame that you wanted it to, I think that would have been a tower moment for you. I think it would have been a quick burn and not the long-term stable success that you deserve, Cancer. Whew. There were a lot of messages there about that. I think this is business related. And you may be someone that you could work for someone and have a side business, right? I mean, honestly, who these days can deal with just one business, right? It's all about the several streams of income, passive income, things like that, additional methods, because the cost of living has gone up and everything's gone up, right? But the hustle's real. And I know a lot of very hardworking cancers. And so maybe you do have multiple businesses that you run, or maybe you had already been working on two businesses and you launched a new one, or maybe you already have a full-time job and a side business and then you were thinking about launching a third one, something along those lines. There was something that you had started to build that isn't paying off yet, and that's okay. It wasn't meant to pay off yet for you. In fact, if it had, it wouldn't have been as successful for you in the long run as you deserve. So you finally made up your mind on something to really focus on what's best for you, to pull your energy back a little bit, to really allow yourself to move forward stably and focus on your emotional fulfillment and what's going to bring joy as well as stability, right? What's stability without joy? And there's no joy without gratitude, right? So you had to take that time and put that time in, and you struggled with that and you were constantly thinking about it, but then you weren't living your life and enjoying yourself. So the universe wasn't going to let that just turn into an immediate success for you, because the time that the universe had allotted for you to rest and enjoy and bring fulfillment into your life, you started a whole nother business venture. You didn't even take that time. I'm guilty of this all the time. So believe me, cancers, I'm right there with you on this one. Um, but the universe was like, okay, well now you're going to take the time to rest, right? Right? I hope you do. I hope you do allow yourself to slow down a little bit and bring some more of that joy back into your life, because it looks like that's what the universe wants for you, and it looks like that's what you deserve. Cancer, you work hard and probably work as hard as three other people would, right? But you deserve to have this emotional fulfillment as well. And so I want you to take this time to actually focus on that, because it looks like that's what the universe is kind of trying to bring in for you as well. You had to stop being so stubborn about trying to make this other venture work in the time frame that you wanted it to work in. And you probably blamed yourself, right? Oh, there's got to be something I'm doing wrong if this isn't successful yet. Okay, maybe I can put more work in this way. I can spend more hours doing this, or more marketing, or this or that, right? But the whole time you weren't still seeing the big pictures, that you were supposed to stop putting that amount of work in, pull back, and allow yourself to actually focus on fulfillment and happiness in your life, and use your time in a way that was actually going to benefit you. But since you went so gung ho with this other venture, now I want you to actually just keep focusing on the stable growth while taking some of that additional time that you're not spending hustling and burdening yourself to actually go do something fun for yourself. Bring some joy back in. Travel, right? If you want to or can. But you decided to move forward. You decided to try to balance your life and take the steps necessary to move forward. And you may feel like that was a loss, but believe me, it's a victory. The strength that you had, the determination and the courage that you had to make that work, was not what you were supposed to be doing, right? That was actually holding you in a stagnation. So I don't know if you've ever heard like other readers mention this, but Rich Lopp is one of the ones that I heard this analogy from. He's wonderful, by the way. Check him out if you don't already know him or have seen any of his readings. Rich Lopp is a very inspirational person, and he gives a good message, right? Um, but he's one of the ones I do like on YouTube. So think about that aspect there. Rich Lop says this all the time. If you knock on the door and it doesn't open, right? So is it the right time for that door to open for you? So if you keep knocking on the door and it still doesn't open, well, then you go back and you do some more work on yourself. And once you do some more work on yourself, then you can come approach the door again. Try it again. Well, maybe after the third time you knock on the door, maybe that by then you've done enough of the work the universe wanted you to do so that that door will open. But if you don't take that time to step away from the door and go do some more work before you come back, then, and you just stay there at the door wondering why it won't open, maybe that opportunity is not meant for you at that time. Maybe that door is not supposed to open at that time. And then why would you sit there frustrated that the door is not opening and you're pounding on the door to the point where you got bloody knuckles, right? Then you're harming yourself in an attempt to try to get a door to open in the universe for you that's not meant to open either maybe ever or at that time, right? There's bigger and better things meant for you. So anytime a door doesn't open, we have to go back, reassess, look at, is this truly what we want? Do the work on ourselves to heal. And then if we see at that point that it is still something we want, okay, go try the door again. And he explains that a lot better than I just did, but that was from memory, um, a little bit about that analogy of knocking on the door, right? Cancer, I don't think this was the right time for that other venture to be successful. And it's okay that you put the work in already. And it's okay that you had to kind of step away from it so that you could focus on your own personal emotional fulfillment. But please make sure that you don't sit here upset. Go do something fun. If that other venture was meant for you in this life, you can go back to it. Okay? But do something else for you in the meantime. Slow down, have some fun. All right. Any other messages? Any other messages for my Cancer? Eight of Cups. So walking away from something that doesn't serve you. And Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is fast-moving energy. It's a message typically that comes in. It also can be a message delivered without tact. It can be, kind of receiving news that you didn't want to hear quickly or without grace, right? Very fast-moving. So, maybe you did get some bad news about something and you had to walk away from it. But kind of what I would like to say to you about this last message here is the aspect of walk towards your happiness, bring more of that fun into your life. And when the time is right, you'll receive news that the time is right to get back at it, right? The universe will let you know when it's time to go for that again, if it's meant for you. But right now, what you have to do is stop overburdening yourself. Walk away from the things that don't serve you right now. Walk towards the sunlight. Walk towards your happiness and really bring some more of that joy back into your life. And the message will come in quickly when it's time. There's a lot of craziness in our world and in our economy. Just a lot going on, right? So if nothing else, this message is really meant to let you know that you did the right thing by focusing on the stable growth and reintroducing the focus of your own happiness. And it was the right thing for you to kind of stop worrying about one of those ventures that you had started. Because if that's meant for you, it will come back around and it'll be more successful when it's the right time for you to put that effort into that venture again. Right now, it's not worth your time right now, right? You're meant to rest and focus on personal happiness right now, not overburden and overwork yourself. All right. So that was the last message. I'm going to ask any advice. Any advice for Cancer? Any advice for Cancer? Do I need to get a different deck? Light Seers, do you have any advice for Cancer? Temperance, which is patience, divine timing. So, Cancer, if you take the time to focus on what's most important right now, and that would be your stable growth and your personal happiness, then when the time is right, that other thing will resurface again, and you'll know when that time is, right? The universe will let you know. But the advice for now is patience. All right. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you think these messages would help anyone, please share this video. And if there's anything I can do for you guys with personal readings, email me. The email's in the description box below. I love you all so very much. Thank you for being a part of my readings, a part of my soul family here on YouTube. Good luck with everything, Cancer. See you guys soon. Bye.